I do not believe in a fate that falls on men however they act, but I do believe in a fate that falls on them unless they act. G.K. Chesterton. These words have guided Brian Cartlidge's life. He believes individuals are not subject to an unavoidable destiny, but rather their choices and actions directly influence their future. Brian's introduction to competitive swimming began at the Stratford Y. He signed up to learn scuba diving and became a lifeguard and instructor. This led to his introduction to competitive swimming, where he entered some Grand River League swimming competitions. While pursuing a degree in kinesiology at the University of Waterloo, Brian studied the biomechanics of strokes, the physiology of training methods, swimming-specific injuries, and the psychology of coaching. At that time, he also joined the University of Waterloo swim team. These competitive swimming experiences, his educational focus, and the urging of his coach helped Brian identify his career path. His first head coach position was with KWYAC. Brian stepped into this role by implementing changes and applying strategies he felt necessary for the club and the athletes to see greater success. Seemingly insignificant today, one simple change was to institute morning workouts. Under Brian's tutelage, KWYAC went from a team with a few provincial and national qualifiers to a club with swimmers challenging larger clubs for places in finals and winning the National Y Championships. While at KWYAC, Brian also coached the University of Waterloo swim team. In 1976, his first year at UW, they won the Women's CIAU Championship, and Brian was named the CIAU Coach of the Year. During this time, Brian was selected as Coach of Ontario for the Canada Games in Newfoundland, a Canadian tour team of England, France, and the Netherlands, and Ontario coach for the U.S. Eastern College Tour. In addition, Brian's hard work and dedication led several athletes to a number of international teams, including Jim Hett and Dave Heinbuch to the 1976 Olympic team. In 1976, when Brian moved to the London Y Aquatic Club, athletes in his program went on to numerous nationals and international teams, including the 1987 and 1991 Commonwealth Games, the 1991 Pan-Pacific Games, where he was also selected as a coach, and 3 athletes to the Olympics, Chris Chalmers and Ken Fitzpatrick in 1984, and Debbie Wurzburger in 1992. In 1987, Brian moved to the Nepean Swim Club, where he coached Eddie Parenti to his first international team, the 1990 World Cup. Eddie went on to compete at the 1992 and 1996 Olympics. While at Nepean, Brian was named coach for the Ontario team at the 1990 Canada Games and national coach for the 1990 World Cup. In 1992, Brian returned to the University of Waterloo for 15 years, where he continued his excellence-based coaching. Even with a full coaching load, Brian was deeply involved in swimming research, training innovations, and technical aspects of swimming. Some of these accomplishments include developing a database and time standards for Ontario Age Group and Ontario Senior Championships and implementing a 5-year rolling average, a methodology subsequently adopted by all the provincial associations and by Swimming Canada. Brian ran the Swimming Canada National Junior Development Program, developed a single-age meet format for the Paul Hawk International Meet at LYAC, and was involved at the inception and in the original design of the National Coaching Certification Program. He was among the first NCCP course conductors. Brian was a creator of and advised in the implementation of the Ontario Team Championships concept for Swim Ontario. He spent time as the president of the Ontario Swim Coaches Association and of the CIAU-CIS Swim Coaches Association, as well as playing a major role in advising Swim Ontario, Swimming Canada, Canadian Swim Coaches Association, and numerous other swimming bodies. In his spare time, Brian has participated in triathlons, qualifying for the Age Group World Championships, and continues to swim, bike, golf, ski, and curl. Coaching has been Brian's passion. While looking back, he expressed, "My accomplishments in the sport in my younger years were definitely not significant compared to what I would accomplish later in my coaching career." Thank you, Brian Cartlidge, for your numerous and impactful contributions to the sport of competitive swimming in our province.